It's good to have you back again. And I did say my next guest is a woman. And you know how excited to have women on the show, because this is the time for us to see that they go more for elective offices than being appointees. Well, joining me now on Political Stew is Mofoluwake Ayanniyi Taiwo. Good to have you join me.
Good evening, thank you.
She's going for Ibadan Northwest and Southwest Federal Constituency, right, for the Save Nigeria Congress. That's the party, SNC. Let's start by looking at SNC, because for some people they just would want to know your party and perhaps also know about your you know, the insignia, the logo, how to recognize your party. You know, voters you really want to know how they can recognize that to start with. So tell us more about SNC.
Well, the SNC means the Save Nigeria Congress. We are a new party, relatively we are new, so some of us might just be hearing that name for the very first time. But we have good plans, and the intentions and the passion of the founders was that Nigeria will be saved. Nigeria will be saved, and that we will live plenty. We will live in plenty. Like my logo in Ibadan Northwest and Southwest has to do with, you know, if you see the logo, you see a millet sign, and millet means provision. It means abundance. So that's what we stand for.
Why did you choose to go into politics?
Well, when you think about good governance, there is no way you get it without going through politics. A lot of us talk, we talk on social media, we talk to our friends, you know, we are frustrated about the way things are going, but we are talking about it, we are not doing anything. So I decided, I talked to myself, say for you to achieve anything, you must stand, and you must show examples to the others. We have to stand and do something for our nation. And since I started, I saw that Nigeria is a great nation. If you do anything for this nation, you will be blessed for it. That's what I have found out.
Now you're going to do something for Nigeria, and that's why you bring yourself forward. And the Ibadan Northwest and Southwest people, you've been talking with them, because I recall on 2 different occasions we've tried to bring you on the program, and you were out there campaigning, which we said, okay, it's fine, when you're free you can actually come over to Lagos so that we can have this discussion. When you go out talking to them, what comes to mind? Do you have this sense of victory and understanding that these people truly understand and want me as their representative in Abuja?
Yes, there is a connection. When you go visiting, you see, because we are new, I had to go there, I had to go outside there, knocking on people's doors and talking to them. And that is the real, I mean, it's a good
That's
experience.
a real campaign.
Yeah, that's real campaign. Before you get there, you see people sitting outside of their shops or their houses looking hopeless, looking frustrated, a lot of them. And then when you get to them and tell them why you are here, we have our flyers, we give it to them, there is a sense of hope, a sudden lift of hope that comes from their heart. And you can see a light on their faces, that there is hope. And that is really encouraging for me. It makes me want to go on and go on and go on.
And in your interaction with them, what do they tell you? You know, they must have a message and say, Mrs. Taiwo, when you get to Abuja, please, we need X, Y, Z.
Yes. Very good. When I was coming out, somebody said, please, ask your people what they need. Don't just fix what you want to do on them. Ask them first. And I say a lot of people are hungry. Just food. You know, they are saying, like, give us a relief system first before you start any program that you want to do. Give us a relief where people can eat. Can you imagine? Where people can eat and have more than enough. And then job creation. A lot of them are unemployed. Even those who are artisans do not have work to do. So those are the 3 things that we are looking at. We have even started the food bank for the people, whereby they can save a little and then they can get more. We are subsidizing. We kind of create a connection between the rich and the poor, where people can donate what they have, and we can go and give it to the poor at the moment.
You're already doing that?
Yes, we are already doing that. Praying that when we get the power, I mean, the influence to do more, we'll be able to do much and reach more people in the constituency.
Well, I think that's quite novel to think that you already have something that looks like a soup kitchen for the people, so that people can actually get to feed themselves. But quite frankly and interestingly is the aspect of how you go about with your campaign. You say it's door to door. That makes it even more, if you ask me, more difficult for you to carry on. Money and politics in Nigeria like Siamese twins.
Yes.
How have you been able to manage this, or have you been able to separate these twin babies, money and politics?
Yes. Everywhere you go at first, when you come in, they ask for money, as in, you have to give us something, we just don't. So I take my time to talk to them. That how much do we do we give to everybody? That even the richest person cannot meet up. I mean, if you say you want to start giving money, how many people are you going to give money to? And then after taking the money, you spend it, and then it will still be where we are. And they listen. And when they see our programs, we want to empower them. I say, you rather take something that you will learn to fish. You know, you learn to go there and get things done by yourself, rather than people coming to give you the fish. And they understand. I was amazed when I got to Ekotedu, which is like a real part of Ibadan, you know. And the women, normally, you know, the thing is, when I talk to men, they don't ask me for money because it looks somehow. When a man will not tell you, Madam, give us money, no. But the women, they will say, Madam, where is the money? I'll tell them, you know, you this obiri, no more. And they will laugh over it. Then I begin to talk to them. And the
and they listen, right?
Yeah, they listen. So the people are not that bad if you are ready to, you know, communicate with them and give them the time.
Well, communication is very key here, and you just used that word. And I think, quite frankly, I think from your explanation, it doesn't look like everyone is about money, money, money. Yes. They just want someone who can explain it to them why they shouldn't put money first.
Yes.
And you said this is actually sellable to the people.
Yes, it's working with the people. If you are there to talk with them, you know, the bad thing is that people who are leaders, we don't see them, we don't know them. So people can ask the person they are sending to them for money because they believe that that one would have taken money. But if you are there yourself, they can ask you and you can communicate.
I want the people to get used to this. SNC, Save Nigeria Congress, and we say millet. What's millet in Yoruba? I'm sorry, I just wanted to see if your people in Ibadan can get to know this. Because I think millet in Hausa, I know that. I don't know if it's the same way in Yoruba. But how do you explain this to them for them to better understand this logo?
We tell them that it's a sign for agriculture. It's a sign for agriculture. That it's supposed to give them, provide them with all the things they need, and that agriculture is our strength.
I'll go back to the sign, I'm sorry. You know I'm saying this. When they queue out.
Yes, yes.
I don't want to call other signs. You know, some people can even put a cow head and cow leg because they love animals in Nigeria, and perhaps we've seen a lot of animals making signs for political parties or being used as logos for political parties. And if we say this is Jero or Gero, or this is millet, or this is corn, I'm trying to say, okay, because TVC is received across, you know, in Nigeria and in the UK, and I'm hoping that the Ibadan Northwest and Southwest who will be watching us today would want to have something up in his or her mind and say, when I go out there and I want to put my thumb somewhere for Mofoluwake Ayanniyi Taiwo, I'll need to know whether it's well, a parrot I hope there's no political party that has a power, because we have so many political parties, and we're running out of signs.
Exactly, we have 91.
Okay. Does your party have a presidential candidate?
Yes, we have a presidential candidate. His name is Ayanniyi Silva.
How do you raise money for this? Because I like asking this question. Fela Durotoye was around and I asked him the same question. How do you raise money? I'm concerned.
Well, at first when I was going out, I looked at how much would be like what I'm going to spend. And it was huge. And I asked myself, where am I going to get the money from? My income cannot even, afford maybe like 20% of, what I'm going to do. So I drew up a plan. Okay, I have friends and families who will contribute. But the truth is, things have gone so bad that people do not even have enough to now say they want to start donating to whatever you're doing. But, God in his utmost care and provision did make enough provision for me. People were coming up. I mean, my siblings, I have my siblings there, who, when they saw what I wanted to do, were ready to, give me the backing and the support.
And I met your husband before you came on set, and so that's quite encouraging to see that your husband is giving you all this support. Because when we talk about politics, I always ask politicians, I said, why is it that you love the night? Even though I know I don't sleep early, but if I find myself, in such political gatherings, I'll be sleeping. I know I'll be the one to sleep. So how do you cope? Does your party also have their meetings late into the night?
We do not. Thank God for technology. We do it as in online. If you have to do a party, if something comes up urgently and we have to attend to it, we do like 12 to 3, but it's going to be on WhatsApp.
Okay.
Yeah. Other times we do weekends and we do it like 10 to 4. We go through every week, we go through a longer period of meeting together. So at the moment, we don't do any night meeting, but we do meet, online if there is anything, that comes up. I usually say, as a woman, I usually say, for God's sake, whatever we can do in the morning, why can't we do it during the day than doing it in the night? So
I'm amazed. I think for the first time I'm seeing a politician ask what I should be asking, because I always ask that question.
Because those are the things I looked at before I entered into it. And that is one of the reasons why I chose the party that I chose, because I know those mega parties will not listen to you when you begin to talk like that. Well, I mean, there are things that could be questioned. If we have the time during the day, why don't we do it during the day? And then if anything comes up in the night, fine, but it shouldn't be the norm.
But when you get to Abuja,
yes,
you can't run away from that, because some of those, politicking takes place in the thick of the night, and daybreak, they say breaking news. Otherwise, because if you're sleeping, you just might actually lose out of this whole politicking. So tell us, if and when you get to Abuja,
yes, sir,
what are we likely to see from you? What are you bringing into, the whole issue of lawmaking that will transform lives in Ibadan, Northwest and Southwest constituency, and even Nigeria at large?
Yes. Thank you. My main concern and my major concern is education, especially education for the children, starting from age 2 to 12. In my constituency is not something to write home about. Fortunately for me, I had my primary school and my secondary school in that constituency. And I've been back in that constituency. A lot has to be done. It's like it has gone worse. If it had been on the same level, I would say, okay, these people continue to be on the same level. But it had gone worse. Most of the buildings we had then are not even there anymore. The population of the school has drained. The supply of teacher is not up to, what it should be. So my major concern, which I also know that it is happening all over Nigeria. So I use my constituency as an example, that the riches of a country must first of all be seen in education. If we say that we are rich in Nigeria, it must be seen in education. If it's not there, then that is very wrong. Because education is the future. It's what brings us to where we are today. It's because it is not well developed. That's why we are here today.
So your concern is basically on early child education. You're looking at between 2 and 12.
Yes, between 2 and 12.
So what kind of legislation are you likely to bring that can actually rejig the education sector?
Yes, education has to do with a lot of things. It has to do with the curriculum, it has to do with the environment, it has to do with the faculty and the facility that is provided. The environment is not there, the faculty is not there, the ease for the children to even learn is not there. And the curriculum, maybe that's all we have. You know, maybe that is all we have, because I know that when people from here, when they leave to go to the US and UK, they do a lot. They do well because our curriculum is strong. But you know, what builds up confidence in a child is the environment he or she finds himself. You know, whereby you are able to face challenges, you are able to speak, you are able to develop. And I also find out something, even those children that are in school, they can't read. You will see primary 6 children, they can't read. They can't read well, they cannot write well. You wonder how they got there. So all of these things has to be changed. The government must be able to provide the best. I mean, get to our schools and see world-class buildings, facilities for the children, libraries, computers, or what you can see in anywhere in the world. And even in the university level, when I was in university, people were coming from outside to come and study. Right now, you don't see them anymore. They were coming from outside. You have whites, you have people from Asia coming into Nigeria to come and study, and they pay. So why can't our government use it as a source of income for the country? Right now, it's not there. Our children, they go to Ghana to go and read. Ghanaians, they don't pay school fees when it comes to university. But when we go there, we are international students. We pay like $1,000, $2,000 for the year. And that goes to the government. So what is Nigeria doing? What are we doing about it?
So, education, which we know is very key here, but I think if you look at it, for instance, a lot of people are saying, well, our education system is, you know, gone down because we're not ready to pay for education, which you have also mentioned by mentioning some other African countries. As a lawmaker, would you also subscribe that we pay for education?
I do not think we should pay. I don't think we should pay. It's people that come. We should be able to attract foreigners to come and pay. Just like we are paying outside. People go to the US, they pay school fees. They go to Ghana, they pay school fees. Their own nationals do not pay. So we should have that standard. If the standard is high, people will come in.
I think we'll come back and close on your, because I'm thinking we're rather too cheeky about education issues, because if you go abroad as well, the UK and the US, not all universities are placed the same. That's why you have the Harvard, you have the Ivy Leagues, because people pay, so they're classified. So why can't we classify our schools? Must everyone come into maybe UI, IFE, Uniben, also Ahmadu Bello, and just say, no, we don't have to pay fees?
Well, we are providing a choice. Our brother is a choice. If you decide that you want to go to Harvard, well, that's your business, go ahead. But there are places for you where you can pay, where you don't have to pay, where you can get the same kind of education.
So would you want that in Nigeria, so that we have some Ivy Leagues where we know we can pay, some we know if I don't have the money I can actually go to that school somewhere else?
No, I don't want it in Nigeria. I don't want it in Nigeria, except for the private sector. The private sector, want to, get paid for the school fees they're earning for sure, because they use their own money. They use their own capital to build whatever they are building. But for the government, I think we should still do it the way we are, and then increase the standard of our universities. so that we can attract foreign students.
I want to close on this.
Okay.
Talk to the people, if you can, if you will, in a minute, on why they should vote for you. I'm giving you a free advert.
Thank you so much. Well, I've said it all. I have passion for the people. I can connect with them. I love the people. I want to see them happy. The things I've seen on my campaign gives me the strength and the urge to go on and take the seat, because I believe that I'll be able to deliver justice to the people. What they deserve should be given to them. That's why I'm asking. When it's time, February 16, 2019, if you're in my constituency, Ibadan Northwest, Ibadan Southwest, come out and vote for someone you can trust.
And that someone is?
Mofoluwake Ayanniyi Taiwo.
I wanted her to call her name because I told her first name is actually a mouthful for me. I'm so excited having you come all the way from Ibadan to spend time with us here on Political Stew. Many thanks and best wishes. Well, it's a wrap on the show, and you heard it. Well, we hope that our next edition will be having people who will be going for the elections maybe in March, because the two who have come on today are going in February 16. I'm Sulaiman. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.